Well, guys, say hello to the very first Hot Toys figure that I impulse bought. Yes, nearly $300 on a whim. I was at the toy department in Fairfield, Ohio, and they had it, and I asked to look at it, and I looked at it, and James Sawyer over at Sawyer Family Reviews, he works at the shop. He told me that I should do it, and I did. And let me tell you, I have no regrets. This is an amazing Hot Toys figure. I absolutely love it. And I was thinking, man, I've got Mando, I've got Boba on pre-order. What am I doing not having Jango Fett? So I decided to get Jango, and I'm very happy that I did. I will thank myself for years to come that I decided to get Jango Fett, because he's my favorite of the two Fetts. I love him. He is my favorite Mandalorian character. I am very happy to have this Hot Toys. So let's move him out of the way and take a quick look at the box. Again, really awesome picture of the prototype. On the bottom, though, it's kind of funny. Specially feature a poncho and 2 styles of jetpack. You can see on the side, oddly enough, it actually doesn't have pictures of the figure on both sides. But it does have, there's the price tag. It does have another picture of him right there. And let's get this cover off. So now you can see the awesome poster, and I'm really thinking I might end up doing something with all the Hot Toys posters someday. And you can see that's how he's packed. It's plastic, there's, more plastic, and there's some silica gel. So, bringing in Hot Toys Jango Fett. First up, we have to talk about everything he comes with, because he comes with a lot. So what does he have on him? So currently he's got his 2 West Star pistols, which we'll get a closer look at when we take a zoom in on the figure. He does have his display base, which is the pretty standard Star Wars Hot Toys display base. It has Jango Fett on it. It looks pretty, it's nice. He does have the dynamic flight base, so you can actually use this to raise him up. I haven't really had any need to tighten or loosen it. I feel like it's been tight enough where I can just shift it up and it holds up the figure's weight. So you can use this to have him flying around, which is really cool. You just open the clamp to release him. One thing I do have to warn, make sure you don't have the clamp over the pouches there, because I did have it on that pouch for a little bit and it almost damaged it. So you do have the nice dynamic flight pole. On his back, I have him with his first version of the jetpack, because it's my personal favorite. I just like the colors a lot more. Getting a closer look at this, you can see it's got so much, man. So much detail. It's so cool. It really looks the part. It's such an awesome design of a jetpack. And I do have it with the additional accessory of the blast effect. Because you do have the blast effect for the missile there, and it just looks really cool. I like it. It just looks really sweet. Here's a closer look at the West Stars. So you can see they've got a lot of nice detail. Jango's West Star pistols are some of my favorite weapons in all of Star Wars, and I think these are really nice. For his helmet, currently I have him with his undented helmet, because this is before Geonosis. But you can take the top dome off and replace it. Let's not drop it. I just got the dropsies today. And you can replace it with the dome with the dent on it. I always thought as a kid that dent was like, oh, that's how Boba Fett got the dent on his helmet, because Jango got a dent on his, but it's a different dent. I don't know. I like to think that Jango's armor is the exact same armor that Boba Fett wears, but there's been some contradictions and some iffy background. We're not really sure. But yeah, it's cool. Because, sometimes it's like, Boba's like, this is my father's armor, but also he blew up the helmet in the Clone Wars, and he didn't wear any of the armor for a while. Yeah, we never really saw how the whole armor thing worked out. One additional cool feature is that if you take the other jetpack, because you do get the other jetpack from Geonosis, which still looks really cool, and also comes with blast effects you can put on either jetpack, but because it does have magnets on the head, you can actually put the jetpack on his head, which is really cool. Undocumented feature. Figured I'd show you guys that. So yeah, the dome's attached with magnets. The jetpacks attach with both magnets and really annoying clips. So how the clips work, first up, let's give him a freaking helmet back. So how the clips work, you can see it's attached with a magnet, but that's really what holds it on. You kind of feed it in, and then you kind of have to push it in, and it makes a little click noise, and that's what really gets it in. You can also move the little thruster bells for the jetpack too, which is a nice little bonus. So, yes, you do get the 2 jetpacks. I'm not going to put this one on because I'm pretty sure I explained it that it's a bit of a pain to unclip and reclip. I haven't even put this on the figure quite yet, to be honest. Let's get him back on the display base, though, because I don't really think we need to hold the figure for too much longer because now I'm going to talk about all the stuff that he doesn't have on him. So looking at the jetpack a little bit more closely, you can, like the other one, remove the rocket. It's a little tight, but you can squeeze it out and you can put that blast effect in and have him shooting off this rocket, which I don't think he ever did, but it's still a cool feature. He comes with a couple little accessories from the movie, like he has the vial of all the weird little insect things that he handed off to Zam. He also has these two things that I personally don't remember because it's been years since I've watched Attack of the Clones. It's funny, I watched another review to see if they knew what it was, and they didn't either. So let me know in the comments what these are, you know, what scene these were in. Just a couple cute little accessories I don't think I'll ever really use with the figure, but yeah, you know, get a couple things. Gotta get hands. So he's got trigger finger hands on the figure right now, but he also has fists, so he can punch people, probably Obi-Wan. So you got a couple fists, and you have a couple open hands. One thing I really like about the open hands is that if you take a West Star, and I actually pose them like this sometimes, you can actually put the trigger around the finger and kind of wedge it, and you can kind of pose it like he's twirling it. I think that's pretty cool. Obviously, he's not really twirling it, but still, I think it's a pretty good way to get that effect. He's also going to have some flames, so you do get a flame effect. And how this works on this gauntlet, there is a little piece right there. You'll take off one of those pieces, which is very tiny, mind you. It's super small. So you'll take one of those out, and then you will slot this in. I can tell you it fits in very nice and secure. It's a very nice solid peg. I'm not afraid of it breaking unless you would, like, you know, try to snap it. Very nice effect. I think it really looks the part. I've used it a couple times. Moving over to this gauntlet, I believe this is attached with little pegs and magnets. You can remove this little piece of the gauntlet, and you can replace it with the one where it's got the spikes for when he was sliding down the side of the landing platform. So that's really cool. You also do get another tip of the dart, which is pretty nice. And you can take those tips out, and you do get a metal wire with one at the end. And you can just stick that in and have it looking like he's shooting it off. And last but not least, we get the Temuera Morrison head sculpt, which is very nicely done. I don't think it's as good of a likeness as the Commander Cody and Captain Rex head sculpts, but I definitely see Temuera Morrison here. I think it's very nicely done. I think it really looks the part. I think they did a great job with it. And you do also have the pilot headset, which slots on very nicely. It's a softer plastic, so I'm not afraid of it breaking or anything. It kind of has a nice little cushion right with the ears there. Fits on really secure. You can move the little mouthpiece. I think that's a really great look. I had an action figure of Jango Fett with this headset as a kid, so seeing this in Hot Toys form is pretty cool. You do get one last accessory, though, and I want to show it with this head. So carefully removing the helmeted head, because I am deathly afraid of breaking it. So I have to say, removing the helmet is definitely, you gotta wrestle with it. But you do get one last accessory. You get his poncho, which is pretty cool. So how this works, there's a couple clasps. I'm pretty sure, like, you put his, like, head around this, and then it's got, like, more of an opening because of the jetpack. And then you kind of clasp it. But let's just quickly, I mean, you can kind of see it covers all the detail. I'm never going to use it. The poncho's a nice inclusion. It's a nice, what did it say on the box? It's a nice specialty feature, but I just don't think it's something I'd ever use because it just covers up so much of his detail. But as you can see, with the Temuera Morrison head on, he's looking pretty stellar. It looks really nice. I really do like it. And, I mean, you can have him hold the helmet really nice. It goes under his arm pretty good. But I've talked long enough about all of his freaking accessories. Let's get a little bit closer. So you can see the likeness is stellar. It just looks so good. All of the armor is so nicely weathered. It is just so nicely done, man. Let's get him off the base for like the 20th time. He does have like real pleather for the pouches there, which is really cool. He does have real pleather for the holsters, which I would be a little careful. I did have some issues with my holsters on my Din Djarin, so I'm kind of worried I'm going to have a similar issue here. But you can see going all the way down. The armor plates are just so nicely detailed. The gauntlets have amazing detail. I really love how they did the rubber for the hoses. Even on his back, if we flip this up, you can see he's still got weathering and detail on the back armor. His clothes are pretty plain, but that's like one of my catchphrases, but man. I say it all the time when I'm talking about Hot Toys, but man. He does have like this pleathery material for his undersuit, for his chest. That's a little concerning. Hot Toys definitely have been known. Why are we not in focus? There we go. He wasn't in focus for like a whole minute. But you can see he's got like this pleathery material for his undersuit, for his chest armor. That's a little concerning because Hot Toys, that pleather material has been known to degrade, but Hot Toys have said that they fixed it. Hopefully it will not degrade over time. But still, it's always something you got to worry about. Let's take the headset off so you can see how he looks without it. So yeah, I just think this likeness is really good. It's not perfect. I feel like the Cody was a little better. But yeah, the details is really nice. I mean, it's JANGO FETT. He doesn't have tons of weathering and detail on him. He's basically a guy in a blue jumpsuit with silver armor on him. But this figure just does it so well. Let's go over the articulation. I'll also show the articulation with the helmet on. But with the helmet off, you can see you get a nice range. Oh, I actually forgot. Totally forgot. So this neck fabric collar piece, I probably should have it off when he's got the helmet sculpt on. Because I think his skin's supposed to be showing right there. But yeah, it's a fabric cover piece, so the skin's not showing when he's got the helmet. Kind of forgot about that. My bad. But yeah, you get a lot of nice articulation with the head there. The shoulders are a little limited because of the armor. Like, I feel like they're on these clicks, but I feel like the armor kind of bunches up right there and you can't really get it beyond that. You do have a nice double elbow, bicep swivel. The wrists, I feel like, are really exposed for whatever reason. Like, you see the hinge and all that really easily. Because I feel like the gauntlet kind of collides with the wrist there. I mean, you can kind of get the gauntlet covering it a little bit. But I don't know, I just feel like in certain poses you're really seeing that wrist joint. But still, 1/6 scale wrist, pretty typical. The waist is kind of limited because of all the armor. You can get a bit of a rotation. I wouldn't really move it too much personally. The hips, again, it's a 1/6 scale figure, so you're actually working with real clothes. So I wouldn't move it much more than that. He's got very clicky knees. Very clicky knees and a thigh swivel. And again, with his feet, too, I feel like the joints are very exposed. I just feel like you see a lot of the joint because of the pants. They're not tucked in or anything. They're just kind of there. But still, you know, you get a lot of nice ankle articulation. I did want to show you real quick how his neck should look. So you should have that piece off so you can see the skin when he's got the helmet off. Yeah, that looks a lot better. So that's pretty much it. There's Hot Toys JANGO FETT. What do I think? I love it. It's great. I'm so happy I got it. Did I need it? Yeah. I feel like if I was able to impulse buy a nearly $300 action figure, I think a part of me needed it. And I'm very happy that I got it. I cannot wait to get this guy alongside the Mandalorian Boba Fett and with Din Djarin. I think those three Mandos are going to look great together. I'm hoping they re-release Paz Vizsla. That is a possibility. They did show him in a previous toy show with, you know, accessories the original one didn't come with. Fingers crossed I get a re-release of Paz because I missed out on the first one and I actually really regret it. So here we go. Hot Toys JANGO in the books. I am sorry I am not a professional Hot Toys reviewer. These things are very big. They're a little out of my league when it comes to not only price, but also my ability to review them. If you want to see a really nice look at Hot Toys before you buy them, there are some channels out there that have amazing production quality that show you so much little detail and intricacies. But hey, this is my channel. I like sharing my passion, and I just wanted to share this very expensive toy with you because I love it. Alrighty guys, there we go. Thank you so much to the patrons at Patreon. Thank you all so much for your continued support. That kind of support is part of the reason why I can afford stupid purchases like this now, so thank you. Alrighty guys, thank you so much. Have a great one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.